Hello friends, today we would be continuing with the second part of miscellaneous gram-negative bacteria. Today we would be dealing with some of the bacteria which are not usually found in practice, but yes, they are important in certain specified conditions. Before moving into the names of the bacteria that we would be going to discuss today, let me tell you one thing, that please don't be afraid of these names. You will eventually get used to it. So the bacteria that we would be dealing today are Haemophilus, Haeckel group of bacteria, Bordetella, Brucella, Legionella, Gardnerella vaginalis, Rickettsia, Coxiella and Bartonella. Let us start with the first one, Haemophilus. Haemophilus is a gram-negative bacilli which is pleomorphic, that is, it is able to alter their morphology. On splitting the word Haemophilus, we can see heme, obviously blood, and philos, that is friendly. That means this organism is blood friendly. Now Haemophilus require certain growth factor for their growth, like factor X and factor V, both of which are available in blood. On seeing the species of Haemophilus, Haemophilus influenza, Haemophilus aegypticus and Haemophilus ducreyi. These three are of one of the important species of Haemophilus. Now Haemophilus influenza is known to cause clinical diseases like upper respiratory tract infections, lower respiratory tract infection, pyogenic meningitis in children and bacteremia. As I earlier told you that Haemophilus requires two factors, that is factor X and factor V, both of which are available in blood, but the factor V, it is available inside the RBC, and hence Haemophilus is difficult to grow on blood agar. But it is observed that Haemophilus influenza can grow on blood agar if the source of factor V is provided, and one of the sources of factor V is Staphylococcus aureus. When Staphylococcus aureus is streaked across a blood agar plate perpendicular to the H. influenza streak line, factor V would be released from Staphylococcus aureus, and hence it forms larger colonies adjacent to the Staphylococcus aureus streak line, and then the size of the colony gradually decreases as it moves away from Staphylococcus aureus. This entire phenomenon is called as satellitism, which is a property that is routinely employed for the isolation of Haemophilus influenza. The second one, that is Haemophilus aegypticus, is known to cause conjunctivitis, and the third one, Haemophilus ducreyi, is an etiological agent of chancroid, also called as soft chancre, which is also one of the sexually transmitted disease. As we can see here, conjunctivitis because of aegypticus and soft chancre or chancroid, which is a painful genital ulceration. Now coming on to the next, that is the Haeckel group of bacteria. This group of bacteria are all gram-negative, slowly growing, fastidious and capnophiles, that is they grow in the presence of 5 to 10% carbon dioxide. This group of bacteria are normally found in the oral cavity as commensals, but they are occasionally associated with systemic infections like bacterial endocarditis. Each letter of this group stands for one bacteria. H for Haemophilus parainfluenza, A for Aggregatibacter species, C for Cardiobacterium hominis, E for Eikenella corrodens, and K for Kingella kingi. The next bacteria is Bordetella. Bordetella, they are small gram-negative cocobacilli. Bordet and Gangi were the persons who observed and isolated this particular organism. One of the important species of Bordetella, that is Bordetella pertussis, it produces a wide array of toxins like pertussis toxins. and produces a clinical manifestation that is called as whooping cough. Whooping cough is a violent paroxysmal productive cough in children, wherein each paroxysm consists of a burst of 5 to 10 repetitive violent spasmodic coughs, often within a single expiration, which ends eventually in an audible sound or also called as a whoop. Under National Immunization Schedule, whole cell pertussis vaccine is given to children along with diphtheria toxin and tetanus toxin at 6, 10 and 14 weeks. Moving on to the next bacteria, that is Brucella. Brucella are also small gram-negative Coccobacilli. Bruce was the person who isolated the first recognized species from Malta Island, that is in Europe, and based on that, the clinical manifestation of Brucella is also called as Malta fever. Brucellosis is a zoonotic disease and the transmission of the infection is by direct contact with infected animal tissues, blood or urine. Also, one of the important method of transmission is ingestion of raw milk or unpasteurized milk. On looking onto the clinical manifestation of Brucella, it very much resembles typhoid-like illness, and there is a classical triad of symptoms. The first is fever with night sweats, the second is arthralgia or arthritis, and third is hepatosplenomegaly. For the diagnosis of Brucella, blood culture is done either manually or automated. In manually, we can use biphasic medium, that is Castaneda's method, and in automation we can use BacT-alert bottles. Here we can see the gram staining of the bacteria, which shows gram-negative Coccobacilli. The other methods for diagnosis available are serology and Brucellin skin test, and in case of animal infection, milk ring test. The next bacteria is Legionella, which are gram-negative, pleomorphic and fastidious. Legionella was first recognized in 1976 when an outbreak of pneumonia took place at a Philadelphia hotel during an American Legion convention. One of the species of Legionella, that is Legionella pneumophilia, produces two clinical manifestations. The first is Legionnaire's disease, which is an interstitial atypical pneumonia, and the second is Pontiac fever, which is an acute flu-like illness. Coming on to the next, that is Gardnerella vaginalis. Gardnerella vaginalis is also a gram-negative bacilli which is isolated from normal female genital tract in lower numbers. But when this number increases, it causes a condition that is called as bacterial vaginosis. For the diagnosis of this infection, on staining of the sample, on microscopy, we can see clue cells. These clue cells are nothing but vaginal epithelial cells which are coated with gram-negative Coccobacilli and gives us a granular appearance and indistinct borders. The next is Rickettsia family. Let us see few of the general characters of this family. All of them are obligate intracellular organisms which are not cultivable in artificial media. They are all small, pleomorphic and Coccobacilli. They are poorly stained by gram stain, but they are nicely stained with Giemsa. And one of the important characteristics of this family is that they are all transmitted by arthropod vectors. Now, all rickettsia are transmitted to humans by arthropod vectors like tick, mite, louse and flea. Rickettsia spread through the lymphatics from the portal of entry, multiply in the regional lymph nodes, and then spread via bloodstream. For all rickettsia, the final target site is the endothelial cells. Now, the species of rickettsia can be categorized into two groups, which is based on the clinical manifestation. The spotted fever group, that includes the clinical manifestations like Rocky Mountain spotted fever and rickettsial pox. And the second group is typhus group, which includes the manifestation like scrub typhus, epidemic typhus and murine endemic typhus. Here we can see the rash that is caused by Rocky Mountain spotted fever. This rash is often mistaken for measles. For the laboratory diagnosis of rickettsia, there are direct and indirect methods for the diagnosis. The direct detection methods includes Chimsa stain or direct fluorescent antibody test. As I earlier told you, it is not easily cultivable, so it is isolated only by animal inoculation or in egg inoculation. The other methods are tissue culture or PCR. While in indirect methods, the available methods are rickettsial agglutination, CFT and passive hemagglutination. And one of the important tests that is routinely done is a non-specific test that is called as Weil-Felix test. Weil-Felix test is an agglutination test which was developed by Weil and Felix from a by chance observation. It is basically based on the principle of antigenic cross reactivity, wherein some rickettsia and some strains of Proteus, they share common O antigen, and hence we can detect the antibody against rickettsia using the antigens of Proteus. The next two bacteria, that is Coxiella and Bartonella, they were previously under the family Rickettsia, but now they are separated. One of the species of Coxiella, that is Coxiella brunetti, is known to cause a clinical manifestation that is called as Q fever. For a long time, the causative agent of the disease was unknown, and hence it was referred to as Query fever or Q fever, and later the agent was identified as Coxiella burnetii. Coxiella is also a zoonotic disease, and the primary source of infection are cattle, sheep and goats. In India, it is seen in Rajasthan, Punjab, Haryana and Delhi. The last one is Bartonella. One of the species of Bartonella, that is Bartonella hensleyi, is known to cause cat scratch disease, which is clinically manifested as subacute regional lymphadenopathy, and most common being axillary and epitrochlear lymph nodes. It is also transmitted by cat scratch or cat bite. Thank you.